Hey everyone, it's Tari and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play where I practice speaking while playing Minecraft. In the last episode we were working on our farms over there, which I did more of it off camera. Here are all our farms. This is what it looks like so far. We only have 4 plus the sugarcane. So that's the progress, and I also have terraformed this entire area, made it flatter so that building our house is easier. And build our house is exactly what we're gonna be doing today. At least I will try to attempt it. Because whenever I'm building, focusing on yapping is like definitely a lot harder. So, I'm gonna need wood. Let's bring some of this. And probably also oak for the planks. I'm gonna need a door. Okay. The windows I think I can do. I can take them later. So, this is where I probably want to build the house. And it's not going to be a big house. I don't really need a ton of space. So, I'm kind of thinking how I should do this. Yeah. I will probably do something kind of simple. Because if I try to put all my effort into it, I will probably end up not talking about anything. Because again, it's kind of difficult to focus on both of the things. But I think we can probably just start making an outline of sorts. So I want the entrance to be in here, like on this side. And so let's see. Say this is the entrance. We'll have for example, that will be the floor, and no, that's not like, no. I'm doing something stupid. Hold on a second. Imagine this will be the stairs. Maybe, or the stairs actually can go in here. So, this will be like so, and then we can have our frame. Okay. So then, we can probably do 5. We'll have our windows here. I'm thinking what we can do on the other side. Is it gonna be the same? We might do the same. Get away. Like this. Okay. Can put it like so. 1, 2, 3. We can have a small window here. Then we can have like a porch of sorts. Not a porch. I don't really know what it's called. This will be 5. Yeah. So then 1, 2, 3. And then another one of these. Okay. We can also have like an entrance on this side. Okay, let me see. Hmm. So, I actually have a story to tell in this video about my past. um, I thought I had told the story on my channel in one of the videos, but I checked and I actually didn't. So, while I'm trying to build this thing, I suppose I can try to tell you the story, guys. Although I think it's gonna be very difficult since I'm focusing on building this thing. Do I want it to be in the center or... Huh. I don't know, man. I can probably do it over here. Okay, so we can have like a window, then the entrance, and a window like this, or 3 windows here. Okay. This looks good enough. Alright. It's getting nighttime. What? Give me that. Okay. I've changed some of the settings in the shaders to make it look more vibrant and saturated, and I love the way it looks. And I hope you guys love it too. I know I said in the last video that I'm gonna be playing today with Jollycraft resource pack, but I don't know, for some reason I installed it and my game crashed. I didn't know that was possible with like a texture pack. Usually if it doesn't work, then the game just will not put it on, but you will still be able to play it just without the texture pack. But for me it actually crashed, so I might need to look for like a different version, because I'm pretty sure I was able to play with it on my Forever world, which is the same version as this world, so that was probably just a different texture pack version. Okay, so we can probably start raising this. And oh yeah, I need to figure out this wall. I think I can do something like that. and then a window like this. Okay. So the story. This will be 1, 2, 3. And like this. Okay. It happened when I was 14. It was my cousin's 14th birthday. So we were both 14. And it was her birthday party. Birthday party. And we were just hanging out the entire day together. She didn't really have like friends with us. Like she did have friends, but they were not present at the party. And so the plan was we hang out the entire day. And then when by the evening we would go to our grandparents' home to stay there. So that was the plan. And so our city is divided into 2 parts by a river. So the biggest part, where the majority of the city lives, is where our grandparents lived at the time. And the other part of the city was like a smaller part, and it was a bit like further away from the rest of the city. So it wasn't like outside of the city or anything like that, but it was a bit further away. So she, like my cousin, she lived over there at the time, and so naturally she was hanging out there on her birthday. So we spent the entire day over there. It was fun, but nothing special really. Just having a fun time. And it was in summer, and in summer, not the entire summer, but we have like what we call a white night season. It's basically time of the year where the sun is like, the day is the longest basically, so the nights are barely dark and the sun is barely behind the horizon during nights. So yeah, the situation was happening in the white night season. So if you didn't have like means of knowing what time it was, it's kind of difficult to tell what time it is. Just because, you know, it's not dark outside when it's supposed to be dark. So, yeah. Eventually... Oh no, that shouldn't be here. So yeah, we were chilling, having a fun time the entire day. And I think both our phones eventually died by the evening. So we didn't have the means of knowing what time it was. And because of it, like, we were supposed to take 2 buses on our way back to our grandparents' place. And buses usually go up until about 11 p.m. So because we didn't know what time it was, and because it was the white night season, we didn't think that it was already so late when it actually was. And I don't remember how exactly we found out that it was late already. I think we asked a stranger on the street what time it was, and they told us. And I think it was about 11 p.m. already, and we were like, "Oh my God, we need to go back as soon as possible." And our phones are dead, so none of our family members could also like reach out to us. And we just knew that they probably already tried calling us, but we were not available. So we're starting to freak out, rushing to the bus station to take our bus. So the bus routes are usually pretty good, but in this specific scenario, we had to take like 2 buses because one bus, like, there wasn't a... How do I put it? We had, like, for example, this is point A where we are, and this is point B where the grandparents are. So the bus wasn't able to go like straight from here to there. We would have to take one bus to about like the middle of the way, and then we would have to take another bus to get to the grandparents. I hope I explained it well enough. I'm trying to get dyes. What kind of color does lilac give? Ooh, magenta. That is exactly what I want. I want to dye my glass. Okay. So, we are rushing to the bus station. Oh, what? That's not what I want. Okay, maybe magenta isn't... Hold on. Glass. This one is pink. No, it's red. Okay. It's fine. I can make some red dye too. Alright. So, we are at the bus station, waiting for our bus. Thankfully, it arrived, but it was already past 11. And so, we go there, riding on the bus. We get to the middle of our way. What am I doing? We get to the middle of the way, like in between where we initially were hanging out and where our grandparents are. So it was in the city center. We arrived there and we stay at the bus station because we need to take another bus. And I think we were waiting for like at least half an hour, maybe a bit longer, until we realized that no buses were what do you usually say in these situations? No buses were riding? No buses were going around? There was no buses anymore, that's the thing I'm trying to say, and so we were kind of screwed. Like, we did have enough time to take one bus, but not enough time to take another one, or the next one. And so we were waiting on the bus station, and nothing happened, and we realized that there was no buses around anymore. And so that was when we realized that we would have to go on foot all the way to our grandparents. And it was already about like... It wasn't midnight, but it was kind of close to being midnight. And like, it's not a close way if you're supposed to like go by foot. But it's what we had to do because we didn't have like money for a taxi. And not to mention our phones were dead, so we weren't even able to get a taxi for ourselves. So yeah, that was kind of that was when we realized that we're kind of screwed. What am I doing here? I'm trying to figure out what to do next with this area. I guess I can start lighting it up. So we start walking, and for some time everything is fine. We were kind of scared of running into police because minors aren't allowed to be outside past 11 or maybe even 10 p.m. And we were scared that if we run into police that they would, you know, arrest us or something. And we were trying to be sneaky because of it. And like there was like the main road that we were supposed to be following, but we weren't like walking straight down the road because we were under the street lights and whatever. And we were walking like, imagine this is the road, right? And from both sides of it there's like bushes. So we were kind of sneakily walking around the bushes so that no police or anything spots us. So we're making our way closer to our grandparents' place. And it was about already midnight at the time. And usually people are still out, like if you walk outside at this time, like at midnight, usually you will still have like people walking and driving cars at this time. But when we were walking, we realized that there was absolutely no people around. There was no cars, no nothing, and it was also late. And it started to become kind of scary. Because if something happened to us, then nobody would help us because no one is there. And so we were kind of scared. And then we're walking until we realized that some guy is seemingly following us in the distance. Well, we didn't know he was following, if he was following us or not. But we were very cautious and scared. He was walking behind us, towards us, and we decided that we would pick up the pace. What is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. We decided that we would pick up the pace, just in case. Just in case that is like some sort of weirdo. So, we start walking faster, and then after a minute, we turned back to check up on the guy. And then we realized that he hasn't actually gotten further away from us, which means he must have also picked up the pace. And so we were like, okay, let's really pick up the pace now. We weren't running, but we were almost running. So we pick up the pace even more. We turn back and we're seeing that he also has picked up the pace. And that's when we realize that he's probably targeting us. And we're like, okay, let's start freaking running. So we totally freak out and we start running as fast as we could. And we turn away or turn back again to see if he was chasing us. And he was! And and we were like, oh my god, he's actually after us. And there is no one here to help us or anything. And it was so scary. And we're running. And then such a stupid thing happens. So, as I told you, we were walking down like a road. And so, when we were running, we would run into a crossroad with the red light. And even though there was absolutely no cars in sight, for some reason, we were so scared that we kind of became really stupid and we decided to wait anxiously for the green light to appear so that we can continue running away from this weird that is actively getting closer and closer while we're waiting for the stupid light to turn on. And so by the time the light turns on and we can continue running away from this dude, he's actually really close to us at the time. And yeah, so we crossed the crossroad. Sorry, I'm not building. I just can't focus on two things at once. I'm sorry. So we just crossed the crossroad. We turned back, and he's like very close. He's on the other side of the road. So we continue running. There's still nobody in sight. So we were completely alone with that dude until we see like this little flower shop very close to the crossroad. And flower shops usually work 24/7 over here. I don't know if other countries work this. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same in other countries. So we see the flower shop in the distance. We're running to it, hopefully to take shelter there. I don't even know. And as we're getting closer to the flower shop, we finally see a person walking in our direction. It was like a grown-up man with a small child. I assume it's his son. And we're running up to him, saying, "Oh my god, please help us! That weirdo is chasing us!" And so the dude is kind of like, he sees that we're asking for help with this man. So he's basically running, and then he stops and just stares at all of us a bit in the distance while we are here talking to the man. And he's like, what did he say? He said to basically stand behind him. And we were looking at the creep, waiting for, I don't know, some sort of move from here or something, but he wasn't doing anything. He was just staring, apparently thinking about if he can even do anything now. Now that now that we actually have someone to stand up for us. And so nothing was happening. And turns out this man was actually going to the flower shop. So he suggested that we just go there together while he's buying his flowers for either like his partner or whatever. So we get inside. The man is buying flowers. Everything's fine. We come outside of the flower shop. The creep isn't in sight, but there were like bushes close by, so he was able to, like, how do I say it? Even though we didn't see him, we knew that he could still very much be hiding somewhere. Thankfully, the flower shop was really close to our grandparents' home, and so this man asks how, like, the situation even happened. Why are we so late outside? So we tell him everything that happened, and he's like, okay, so is your grandparents' place anywhere near? And we're like, yes, it's just around the corner. So he walks us there so that we are safe. And we eventually get to the apartment building where our grandparents live. And yeah, so he says, he tells us to be careful next time. And we say goodbye to each other. We thank him very much for helping us. Because seriously, if not for that man, we could have been dead right now. I don't even know what would have happened to us. But it was freaking scary. So yeah, we get inside the building. We ring the doorbell, and of course we get berated by our grandparents for being so careless. Of course we don't tell them what happened. We just told them, oh, we just we had to make our way on foot, or at least half of the way on foot, because it was so late. I'm sorry, our phones died and we didn't know what time it was. Of course we didn't tell them about the creep situation, because we thought that they would get even more mad at us, and we didn't want that, so we were scared to tell them about that. I don't think they still know about that situation. I don't think we ever told them. But yeah, that's what happened to 14-year-old us, my cousin and me. And yeah, a lot of adrenaline at that night, and I will probably never forget the situation, as well as I will never forget the man that helped us. Because, yeah, we probably would have been dead by now if we didn't see that man coming, if he wasn't there. So I will probably be forever grateful that he so happened to be on our way and helped us. How much time has passed since I started? Not much. Okay. I can continue for a bit more. So yeah, that crazy situation from my life. Hope you enjoyed. That's kind of what should I do here? Do I want to have a ladder or a staircase? I'd probably like a staircase. Probably. And maybe even against this wall over here. I like that idea. Let's put our crafting table. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 would be here. 4. video 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. 1, 2. No. Here. Here. Okay. So, you know, if you're a miner, please make sure to stay safe. Because I know you know it yourself, but anything can happen. And weirdos are a thing, and they exist. So stay safe, everyone. And maybe don't walk outside when it's like night. Okay. Let's see. Do I have any more? Yes, I do. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about. Do I want the... I probably also want the floor to be out of this. Okay. Oh no. Or maybe, yeah. We'll do it like this. Okay. Yeah, so I think I know what I can talk about. I'm pretty sure most of you probably have seen my previous videos, where some of them were me playing on the Lovestar Beta SMP server. And so originally I was only making videos on that SMP, but I haven't actually addressed the fact that I have not played on it nor made videos on it in a long time, because I always forget to address it or to mention it. So it's been a while since I last played on it, or on there. Mainly because I recently rediscovered the joy of playing on my Forever World, because a while ago I was kind of just bored of it, or burnt out, and that's why I was putting a lot of focus on the Lovestar SMP server, because it was a lot of fun. I loved interacting with everyone on the SMP, with all the peeps. But isn't it too... Oh, I feel like it should be higher, 1 block. Of course, there's still room above my head, but... Ooh. You know what? Maybe I should make it higher. Oh, yeah. Probably. Yeah, I'll make it higher. Well, this is a bummer. Oh well. So, it's been a while since I played on the SMP, as well as made any videos. And recently, people have made another server. Not on the beta version, but on the... I think it's 1.8.9. So they've been playing on there and haven't had the time yet to check it out, but the server seems very fun. Actually, Stinger has made a video touring it and talking about it, so if you're interested, you can check it out. People are making lore over there and stuff, which is fun. But we should probably go sleep. So yeah, we'll see. I may make a video playing on there whenever that happens. But I'm mainly waiting until I can finally, like, I know I said it in the last video that I'm quitting my current job, but I still have a few more shifts to work, and I'm just waiting until my last shift because it still takes my time. But once that's done, I'll have a lot more free time, and I will finally be able to do more things. So that's quite exciting. Okay, I'm not really sure what else I can yap about. So this is probably gonna be it for today's video. Feels like half an hour is probably the best I can do for now. The last video was also like half an hour, which is fine. I'm sure I will be able to do better at some point, just with more practice, basically. So I may finish this house off camera, because as I anticipated, it's very difficult for me to focus on both things at once. So yeah, I'll probably do that. And until then, I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.